Hi. Just finding on a different one so I can see comments. Here I am. Hi. Right, I think I'm here. Nearly there. Right. Live chat. Hi Brenda. Hi Shaz. Shaz, how are you? Anyway, I feel like it's ages since last. Hi Hilary. How is everybody, in fact? How are we all? Right, I can't find a journal and I don't know how I've managed. I've been tidying up, basically. Oh, there it is. Big A4 journal in front of me nose. I've been tidying up and I've made more mess. Story of my life. No problem at all, Jane lovely. It'll be here forever and ever. Oh, actually, I did cut a circle out of this one. You know, out of this page. I think we're going to use this. We are. Move that glue so I don't keep hitting it. Right, let's pick a colour. You good. That's good. I'm pleased. Oh, dry. I've had washing out for 3 days because I just refused to get it back in. Needs to go back in the washer, obviously, but I've got no way to dry it. No way to dry it at all. So, let us pick. Have I got one upside down there? Did I see it? No. Right, I've kind of got an idea what I want to use because, do you want to see them? These. I mean, you all know owls and things are right up my street. And the Lavinia owls. I mean, look at the size of him. And that whole lay. So we're definitely using these. We might have to have really bright owls, but we'll go with it. We'll see what happens. And in fact, I'm going to pick this one. Oh, I'm thinking sunset. Because that there is 5405 if anybody's in the Pantone cards. But I did say I would do a sunset, didn't I, with the pens and watercolours. So let's just check I've got them beside us and I haven't tidied them up. There's one. I'm getting absolutely fabulous at this, hiding things from myself, malarkey. I've got them both. And I've got the pens there. So this is the colour. I'll pop that there. So that's what we're doing. I've got my Lavinia owls. I've got a Lavinia stencil. I'm so pleased it's turned out like that. Hi, Kim. So, sunset. This page here I'm going to leave for now and turn it over and we'll do the sunset on this side. A sunset, sun, night sky, whatever you want to call it, we're going to play with it. I am, however, because in these journals are super expensive, right? And I treat myself to one like once a year and then make it last. I'm going to put underneath it to stop the colour seeping underneath some kitchen roll because I don't want a dirty page when I start a new one. I know. Yeah, I treat myself to these about once a year, these journals. They're the Strathmore ones and these are the mixed media paper ones. And I do love them ever so much. And I need a big brush, a nice big wide brush. Let's go with this one. This one is a Dinah Wakely one. And I mean, look, I even save all my brushes. Like, it's a mixed media brush. It's supposed to be dipped in everything. And I save it. How are you all? Is everybody else swimming with ducks in this weather? I don't know what happened this summer. It's just over, gone. So I'm going to spray the page to start off with. And then I'm going to go in with these. And I'm going to use the really dark blue. Well, I say really dark blue, it's not really dark. But it will be by the time we add the Payne's Grey to it. So plenty of water. The paper is really good paper in this. It's a mixed media paper and it's just fabulous. So, and I love the size of these pans because, well, I just love these pens, full stop. Think I always will. Let's get some of that on. We're starting off with the darkest. Yeah, Lavinia, I do love Lavinia stuff, but there was only so much fairies I could do, but the owls are just, I love them. Now I'm going to go in with the pink underneath there because it's lush. I mean, look at that. And blend. There's a bit more blue. All just blends perfect. Again, this is a mixed media brush. It's not a watercolour brush. The bristles are very nylon-y. I think that's what they made. I think that's what they are. The plastic, basically. And then I'm thinking we'll go into some really dark green. Yeah, it's like that here as well. Do you know what it is? I've never been... Normally I like being home from holidays and things, but you no idea how much I want to go back. I feel like all my bones are aching. They're just so cold. There we go. There's a start. I am going to switch up the brush though, because like I say, I want to blend a bit more. I want the bristles to move. To the skin. I've had the heating on today to get some wash and dry. Like I say, I've still got a line full of stuff, but it didn't stop there. I'm done with it. Nothing dramatic at all. So this is the Payne's Grey out of the ink. So I'm popping that along the top, and I'm going to grab a softer brush. This one, and these ones here just from the works. I think they're a £5 for like a pack of 3 million or something. They come in a tube. I'm going to pull that down. Again, with this, the paper really does matter. This is why every now and then I'll go all out and get myself a journal that does what I want it to do. That I can work on with waters, I can work on it with acrylics, I can work whatever I want. And this paper is just, it's awesome. And it's a Strathmore, it's got a name. What's it called? Strathmore 400 series watercolour paper one. What's the plan for the week anyway? It's my little Christopher's birthday tomorrow, and I so can't wait. Let's have a bit orange going in there as well. This absolutely fabulous orange yellow. It's a lovely colour. And there you go, that's it really. And then I'm going to dry it off. They are very much, I'll blend a bit better. Blend more. There we go. They blend lovely. But I'm going to add more to it. So, add some of this as well. Why not? We've lost a bit of that pinky colour, haven't we? Because I've mixed green in with it. Get out. I love the quality of these brushes. You've got to really give it a good squeeze for them to bleed. And that's exactly what I want out of a water brush. Right, I'm going to dry it off. If you've got earphones in, brace yourself. Yes, I think I've sent a link out to everybody who are, well, everybody at the top of my list, because it doesn't always go down a certain way. But if I've missed anybody out, would you be able to share? Because I've had a few people saying that they're not getting notifications and things, which is just annoying. Again, social media and stuff, the internet. Hi Maureen. Hi Lorna. So you can see how much, once it's dry, you can see it's sort of blending in. And it's just so nice. So nice. See, I mean, the amount of water I put in, you would think it would bleed here, and it just hasn't. Oh, I've knocked myself off. Hold on, I'm going out and come back in. I don't know what I've done there. There we are. So this live will be here forever, as always. I did come back after doing the shaving foam, and I popped a video up. It was very late by the time I got round to it, but I have to say, as much as the colours are brighter when you leave it overnight, the shaving foam leaves a coating on your card, which means if you actually want to use it and stick it down with anything, it's not going to, working over the heart of it, like working over the top of it, it's going to be really hard. I still haven't forgotten I am going to do the downloads for you. I haven't forgot that at all. Yeah, I haven't forgot. It's coming. So what I'm doing is I'm putting some water in my fingers, and then I'm going to splat it, and I'm just going to leave it just for a couple of seconds to soak into the paper, because with watercolour you can lift it out of the paper. And again, this is a technique that's done for hundreds of years. It's not my technique. Do you know what it is? Speaking of sharks and puddles, when I went on holiday with my brother and my parents as a kid, we were in the swimming pool, and my brother told me that Jaws was coming. He was stood on the side laughing, going, "Duh, duh, duh. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming, get out of the water." Wait, me being me, didn't actually click on that I was in the swimming pool. Thank you, Sheila. I nearly drowned trying to get out of the pool because I thought there was a shark behind us. Yeah, our big brother's great. So now we've got that, you can see how much is lifted out, and that's sort of your starry sky. We're going very, it's whatever you want to be. I'm looking for a white as well to splatter with. So Posca pen, awesome for this. You could do it a bit more controlled, but again, my stars are all shooting stars. You've hit me thumb. Come on, this one's nearly out of juice, so flicking's a bit harder. And again, I am going to dry it off again. I am hunting for my leaves stencil, but I seem to have probably tidied that up as well. Is this it? Do we have any kind of leaves kicking about? I'm getting really good at this tidying up lot, hiding things from myself. It takes us ages to find anything again after. Do you know what? I'm going to use this. These are our leaves. Butterfly leaves on a night time, just because. There could be moths. That'll do. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to paint in a tree. And I'm going to use the butterflies like leaves. Again, it's in your art journal. It's, do whatever you want. I'm going to draw it in with this, I think. Oh, the paint's grey. And I just wanted a tree-ish. Coming in from the side. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just, it's the hint of a tree. Colour all this in. Do it with, make a really dark brown out of your other inks if you want. But this is, it's a hint of a tree. That's what it is. So it doesn't have to be perfect. I just want it because I've cut this hole out using, do you know the old circle things that we used to have? I located mine. And you move that up and down to get whatever size circle that you want, and that bit stays on the paper. Then you just turn it and you've got your blade under there, like there. It's super sharp. I located that, so I just cut a random hole out of the journal, you know, as you do. Trees are just branchy things, so don't overthink it. Just thin it towards the edge. It's very dark here, so the tree's just a silhouette. And then thicker at the base, going out to thinner at the top. It's not a work of art, it's just, if it's in your journal then it's for you. If it's on a card you can take a little bit more time. It literally is just some way to cover with the butterflies, which I'm just going to do in, I don't know what yet. We might do them in white actually. That'll do. Hint of a tree. It's do you know what it is? The more you think about something, the harder it is to do. I will dry that off again. It's a lot of drying, sorry. The more you overthink something, the more it does. I mean, that's no fine artist tree, but it looks like a tree with a really stripy background as a sky. But it's an Emma tree, and you can make a Hillary tree, or oh, I've not seen that, Hillary. I don't actually watch the news, which is probably bad, but good. I don't watch it because it makes us panic. And apart from anything else, the protesters in the middle of the road who were stopping an ambulance, I did see a quick video of that, and it made me blood pressure hit boiling point, because how would they feel if it was one of their relatives and they were stood in the middle of the road? I mean, yeah, whatever, save the world, save the planet, but let the ambulance through, you know what I mean? Anyway, that's why I don't watch the news. Because it raises my blood pressure, but I will have a look for that. Right, so I've got this. This here is bought off Yoxall. Yoxall Create. Anyway, it's. I'll find it. I'll try and link it if I can. This is the Stamperia primer, and that's the lady I got it off. She's a very nice lady. I've run out of space on the top. We're using the tops for palettes now. This brush is about 100 years old. It's got no give at all, but it's great for this. All I'm going to do is pounce my butterfly moth thing. And this is the Funky Fossil stencil. Now, following where the leaves would be. And the great thing about a stencil is you can actually put it wherever you want. Turn it upside down, back to front, so it's in every which way you want it to be. And the watercolours underneath will actually move because it's water-based, so whatever you put on top of them, and this is a water-based paint, it will move, which is fine. Again, I'm not overthinking it. It's not going to be the main focus. Oh, you could have done these with a dark green edge if you wanted. I mean, you still might go and add some dark green to them, pretend the leaves. The tree outside my house, actually, saying that a lot lately, I'll get a picture of it. It is the most humongous tree. You can't even walk past it without it, like, I've constantly got bits of tree in my hair. It's ridiculously big. If that thing come over, it would squash my house. And for the last 2 years, every time I've walked under this tree, I've gone, oh my god, this tree! Because if my hair's up, well, when I used to put my hair up, it used to like attack us and hold us hostage. Now it just like grabs all of it in my hair, and I've got bits of tree in it. I wouldn't mind the tree if it was a butterfly tree. It's been, I'll have a look. I will have a look. It sounds spectacular. I need to look up when Tenerife's volcano, because that is just one big volcano, isn't it? When that last erupted. And if there's any chance of it happening soon. Because I want to go back. Now. I want to do the same job, but I want to do it in Tenerife. Imagine how quick your paint will dry there. I love this. Do you know what? We might not add owls. I just like this. Again, you can go as wild as you want. And we'll have to have a couple floating away. And if you're working in your art journey, you can go as weird and wonderful. Actually, you can do it on a bit of card as well. It doesn't have to be an art journey. You can do it wherever you want it to do. You can go as weird and wonderful as you want. Because it's your artwork. Right, I'll stop there, else we'll be here all night. Just putting butterflies on. Yes, it's recently this volcanic eruption. I hope everybody's okay. I should have probably thought about it in the first place. Right, and then what you can do is sort of just add in some highlights. Take more time if you're doing it at home. This is just because I don't want everybody to get bored within 5 seconds. And just pretend the moon's coming from somewhere. The moonlight. I did see a video, actually Christopher showed us, that there was some hideous noises coming from behind a fireplace. And the woman was going, oh, I don't want to open it, I don't know what it is. It sounded like The Haunting. And opened it, there was 5 baby owls all in the fireplace. They were just so cute. Absolutely adorable. I actually think Kermit's got that sad as well. You know, when the sun goes in, he hasn't been sat in the windowsill all week. And he just sits in a huff with his back turned to it. November 1909. Oh, that's all right. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. Right. This side will be a page for another day, I think. Because I think we should do something nice and bright and sunny there. But I'm going to find a bit of card. I have card here. Oh, heavy card. There it is. Just a small bit. And let's have an owl. Let's find the block. So these little owls, they've all got names. But I'm thinking that nice big one there. Oh, that one. What do you think? This one is called Gus and this one is Erwin. I like Erwin. I mean, I'll... Oh, another one. There he is. And he is called... Oh. I don't know if you've seen that as a key ring. I got given. It's from a place called Filthy Sentiments. It's rude. It was a joke. This one here. And he is called... Bijan. Bijan. There's his name. I can't read. Should we go with Erwin or Gus? Has everybody gone to see the key ring? I'm sorry. It was a joke. Not my joke, somebody else's joke. I'm waiting for the comments. Has the comments stopped working? Should we go with this one? I can't see anything. I'm beetroot red. So these are Lavinia, and no doubt they'll be on the telly box soon. They usually take the stuff somewhere. I'm going to go in with a VersaFine so that we'll get good coverage. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the ink on, because I've never used it before and it's quite detailed. And again, my Eureka's in a safe place, in the bag in there. I'm going to pop it on, leave it a minute, just so it starts to dry, and then I'll do it again. You watch about it, Brenda, you don't want to honestly, it's rude. It was a joke. I actually got a swear-worthy cup as well. And a rude bag that you can't really use outside, but my friend thought it was hilarious. So, yeah. Just leaving it and then go back over again just so the ink sits on top. That's the best way when you get a stamp and you find it doesn't stamp properly. I've never actually had a trouble, but this one, trouble with Lavinia stamps or anything. But this one is quite big, so just getting your stamp dirty works. Alright. I use a stamping platform and then it's a lot easier. Oh. Oh, honestly, I knew I should have just moved it right out the way I would knock it off. I will show you these pretty gemstones I've got though. I don't know what they are, but they're very pink. How gorgeous are they? I'm quite into my gemstones at the minute. And this here, the black one, is lava rock with amethyst. And it is lava rock from Tenerife. Tenerife lava rock. And the other one's tourmaline. And my ring's opal. I've gathered rings out. And this one here, my fingers are getting fat. That's the only ring I can fit it, finger I can fit it on. But it's got tiny, tiny little diamonds in. It's a butterfly. Goes. Is that the one I picked? Or have I picked up here one? I've picked up here. Never mind. We might add him in as well. And the little one, whose name I can't pronounce. So I'm making sure I get it all down, because this is the textured cardstock as well. Oh, well, yes, that'll do nicely. If you find, hey, if you find that stamps and things aren't stamping properly, but you've got a really textured cardstock, you could actually try a smoother cardstock to see if that helps. If you've got loads of detail in the stamp, so you can still see how textured his eyes and things are, because he's got loads of detail. But again, don't overthink it, don't worry about it. Just try a different cardstock. I'm going to go in with his eyes. He's very detailed, so you won't actually need an awful lot of colour to make him look really, really good. You know what I think would be perfect for him? You know the Stamperia ink I've been using quite a bit of. It's an orange. It's like a brownie colour. I think that would work. I'm just adding in some highlights. Straight away with the orange, because I feel owls have quite a bit of orange on them. And then this here, this is an acrylic colour. But am I having a hoot? I like that one. You can watercolour or get a watercolour effect with acrylic inks. There we go. I think I might, hold on. Let's just squirt a bit here on me now. It's not going to work. Clean your nibs off as well. Don't do what I do, basically. Do as I say, not as I do. There we go. Clean all your nibs off so that you don't end up with things clogged up. And you can just run them under the tap. It doesn't even have to be anything strenuous. Not like I make it out to be. Add a bit of that on. There we go. I picked it off. Because acrylic is essentially, it's plastic. So when it dries, it's waterproof and everything, but it also clogs your bottles up. It doesn't matter what bottles you've got, if they're acrylic, they're going to clog. Even the non-clog ones will actually clog if it's an acrylic base, because it dries over the hole. And if they're left a really long time, it dries inside it as well. So your best bet's to squirt it all out. Just pop it in some water, spray whatever onto paper out of it, and then spray some water through it. And you're not wasting it because you've got the colour on paper, but then your nibs are all cleaned out. Same with mica powdered ones. Just clean them out and then it is done. Right, I need a darker brown as well. So this darker brown here, it's more pinky, but I've mixed the purple and the orange together, and then I've added some blue and stuff. I'll go in. There's plenty of videos out there of me mixing up skin tones and browns and things with them. Oh. Pull it in. Well, that's got a thing over the top of it, sorry. Just getting some colour down. Wherever the stamp, these stamps are quite good because then you don't have to think at all. they've already put where it's darker in with all the sketch that's been done. And for me, my stamps and things and my images, I leave them open so you can do whatever you want with them. These you can also do what you want with them, but you've got the extra sketch there which sort of shows you where the light and dark is, so you don't even have to think about it. Well, if you even want to think about it. There's no laws of it, but they help. They help. If you need it, or you want it, or you care. There we go. I think he's fine just like that. He's lush, isn't he? Right, now the fussy cutting. Again, fussy cutting doesn't have to be dead strenuous. You can just fussy cut-ish. I've completely missed his foot out. He's got one white claw. So with the likes of this, I would either stamp them onto the paper first and mask it off with masking fluid, or make yourself a paper mask, or just leave a white line. The craft police won't come. As much as I'm usually like, oh, white line for this, do what you want. That's why we can ink around the edges to hide any miss cutting out or any unstraight lines. That's why we have distress ink all the way around. This is the boring side of it. So the colour we got was, because it was the Pantone, basically was the blue out of the watercolour pans and the Payne's Grey together, and you can see how it makes that the Pantone colour. And that's where the inspiration from this come from, as well as me wanting to use the owls. So we might have had neon pink owls. Hi Caroline, you're all right. I'm saying I can't send to everybody. So I send to people who I know will invite other people in the list. I don't know why, it just gives us like a few people I can send to. So sometimes you get an invite, sometimes you don't. And basically, I'm sorry if I miss you out. It's not me. Well, it probably is. I probably just don't know how to work it. But I'm learning very slowly. I do have plans still to use Daniel's room as a video on room and actually have it so the camera can turn around. I've got a backdrop. I'm getting there. But again, technology. It's not my strong thing, and I don't find it exciting, so I don't look at it until I absolutely have to. I'd rather be painting. All these little bits. Don't overthink it. I mean, still he looks absolutely lovely, doesn't he? Love him. Now he is, I want him to kind of sit there. Oh yes, he can still sit there and you can see through. We're going to do the front page another time because I want to do something else for that one. But ink around the edges and it won't look as white. And if you use a brown, you can just pull it out and it's just going to look like he's got lots of fuzzy feathers. There. And go darker at the edges. Isn't he gorgeous though? Yeah, Caroline, you know you weren't on that list. That's, you know that. We've had this conversation before, me and technology. Oh, he could actually go a bit further down. And we could actually add another branch to this tree so he's got something to stand on. This one hasn't got any leaves though. Butterfly leaves. A little bit thicker. He's quite a chunky owl. He needs a decent branch to stand on. There, he can stand there, I think. Oh yes, this could be the moon. No, it couldn't. We're going to think of something else to do with the front page, but for now I'm liking all of this. Need glue. Well, the colour we got was a really dark blue, which I've used the Payne's Grey out of the ink pens and the blue out of the pans to achieve it. And then we did the sunset, which is an Emma sunset. It's not a proper sunset. We've got stripy sunset to see the colours. There he is. I like him like that. I do. Let's see what words we've got. Which ones did I get? Nurture, nature, flower and harmony. Nurture? I think so. You have to nurture anything to make it grow, don't you? Nurture. And only we'll know why we've used that one word. The mess I've created. I did manage to... Oh, nature. We're going with nature because I picked up the wrong one. But I think that'll do nicely just the same. Nurture, nature. There we go. Let's clear it a bit so I can see it. So this was our colour. If you watch back, ignore the rude keyring that may or may not have fell into the picture. But there we go. And he will sit inside of this when we work out what we're going to do with the front. But we'll make that next week's mission. But I love this. And the fact that the butterflies are the leaves. Or moths. Or whatever you want them to be. So there we go. A little bit of everything in this one. And I feel better for it. And I do. I love this owl. But you can go in again with a white pencil, whatever you want, and add in the white back in. You can go into his eyes and add the black in even thicker if you use a texture. Add in little bits of all sorts. Just little dashes of moonlight. You can even go over the butterflies if you want to make them even more prominent. This pencil is a white coal, it's like a charcoal, white charcoal pencil. I've just picked it up. You could go back over them. You could go back over with the stencil and add a hint of green to them so they look even more like leaves. Whatever you want. But I'm happy with that. I might ink around the edges of them, but watch out for the picture going up and we'll see. I'll probably sit and look at it for the next 10 minutes and decide what I want to do with them. But until then, I want to love you and leave you. That was lovely. And it only took 25. I kind of get over how quick we get with these lives when I get an idea. But I will see you in here on Thursday. Have a lovely week. And if you can't be good, be careful. And get crafty. Good night. Thank you.